Okay, let's look at how to graph a logarithmic equation. So first let's graph y equals 2 to the x, this one right here. And so I'm just going to pick, let's say -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. And well, let's do 3 as well. So if we have, let's start at the bottom here, 2 to the third, that's 8. 2 squared, that's 4. 2 to the first is 2. 2 to the 0 is 1. 2 to the -1 would be 1 over 2 to the first, so 1/2. 2 to the -2 is 1 over 2 squared, so 1/4. And 2 to the -3 would be 1 over 2 to the third, which is 1/8. Okay, so we'll graph these. -3, 1/8 is like somewhere here. -2, 1/4 is somewhere here. -1, 1/2. 0, 1. 1, 2. 2, 4, and 3, 8. So it's going to be something like this. Oops. There we go. And it's going to keep increasing. And then here it's going to level off. So then it'll be 1/16, 1/32, 1/64. It's going to keep getting smaller and smaller, but it's going to have an asymptote at 0 here. So this is y equals 2 to the x. Okay, so we know how to graph an exponential equation. How do we graph a logarithmic equation? So if I want to graph y equals log base 2 of x, that's the same as if we kind of do 2 to the y power equals x. So we're just converting from a log to an exponent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my numbers for y first, and that'll give us our x's. So let's do what we picked for x on the previous problem. Let's do the same for y. So let's say y is -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So now it'll force what's the x value. So this is 2 to the -3, that's 1/8. 2 to the -2 is 1/4. This would be 1/2. 1. So we're kind of doing everything in reverse order. This would be 2, 4, and 8. Oops. So if we graph these, we're going to have 1/8 -3. We're going to have 1/4 -2. 1/2 -1. 1, 0. 2, 1. 4, 2, and 8, 3. So it's going to look a lot like the other one, except it's going to, what we have here is the inverse of our exponential equation from the previous problem. So the logarithm equation, or the logarithm graph, is just the inverse of the exponential graph. Okay, so this is the same problem. It's log base 2 of x, except +3. So since we've looked at transformations, the +3 is going to move it up 3. So how would you graph this? Well, it's this black graph here, just everything shifted up 3. So instead of over 1 up 0, it'd be over 1 up 3. And then everything else would just be shifted up 3. So here we go. So this one was 2, 1, so then we'd go over 4, sorry, then we go over 2 up 1, and then over 4 up 1. So the graph of y equals log base 2 of x plus 3 would be this red one, and it's also going to have an asymptote line at the y-axis. Okay, so that's graphing logarithmic equations in a nutshell. And just remember, all the transformations that you've learned also apply to logarithmic graphs. So if you had x plus 4 in parentheses here, that would move this to the right 4. All right.